Hello, Geeks. The Geek Squad.
Hello, Geek Squad. It's me, Joe.
And I'm Carrie.
It's What's Happening Wednesday.
With the officially unofficial Geek channel. Guys, hey, what's up?
What's been going on? What's been going on for a whole week or 2 weeks? Has it been 2 weeks?
We didn't do this last week.
All right, well, what's been going on for 2 weeks?
Well,
you know what? Mail us your answer to our P.O. Box. 123 at something. We don't have a P.O. Box. I'm just kidding.
We don't have a P.O. Box, but you can totally comment down below. What have you been up to?
Me? You know what I've been up to? Nothing.
No, not true.
I watched Andor last night, stayed up really late. Now I'm really tired.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You watched Andor.
I did.
All 3 episodes.
All 3.
At 2 a.m.
I did, right away.
Then you stayed up some more.
Yeah, I watched horror movies then. I watched Toolbox Murders.
Then you tried to sleep some.
Yes.
Then a couple hours later you got up and went and mowed your brother's lawn.
Yeah, I'm done today.
Then you came home.
Yep.
You had a little nap then.
I did have a little nap.
Yeah, naps are good. Naps are good, especially if you're going to stay up.
But what did we do? We watched Quantum Leap. We watched The Dragon Show 2 weeks of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
read a lot of comics.
We would have told you about Cobra Kai, except for it's been a while, and if you haven't watched any of Cobra Kai...
Here's my review of Cobra Kai. It's fucking awesome. You know it's fucking awesome if you're into it. Go watch it. It's dope.
Johnny Lawrence for president. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Lawrence for president. Send good vibes to our kitty Kaylee. She's been not feeling well the last couple days.
She's throwing up a lot.
Yeah, so...
We're going to have to call the vet tomorrow.
She has started eating a little bit, and she is playing, so
that's good.
That's always a good thing.
She's scratching boxes, too. That's fun.
You know what the thing is we have box tops, comic, short box and long box tops.
Off of the boxes right
now. Off
of
the boxes right now, because a couple of days ago, I was on John Comics with Kids channel, doing Comic-Gories, so if you haven't watched that yet, you should check it out. I didn't make it to the second round, but you know.
But you know what? It was fun.
But you know what? I don't even care. It was so much fun.
I've been watching it. I didn't realize that show was so much fun. I'm going to be checking it out every week now.
You know, I did a lot of preparation for that, and one of the things that here's the thing. If you are unfamiliar with Comic-Gories is like a YouTube comic book game show, and different members of the comic book social community, like Instagram posters and YouTube posters, which I do both, compete for infamy, and if they win 3 times in a row, they win a slab. And a slab, if you are not familiar, is a graded comic. So, but somebody sent it in. People are like, "Oh, it's in this condition, and we're going to encase it."
You know what a slab is.
You can case it in you know, you never know. My mom could listen to this, and she's like, "What the hell is a slab?"
Oh, fair enough.
The only slab she knows about is she
slabs
watches
of beef.
Okay.
Of pork.
Besides that, she also watches all those true crime coroner shows. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, he's on a slab.
Yes, exactly. She watches all those shows, and we watch them sometimes, but it's mostly whenever we go visit your mom.
Yeah, she is into freaking true crime stuff.
And I like true crime stuff, not like that, though. But definitely. My mom is into it. His mom is into it. They could have a podcast together if they were those kind of people, which they are not.
Be like, hey, we're talking about CSI Miami. No, we're not. Anyway, what did we watch? The Dragon Show. Let's talk about that.
Well, wait. I'm going to finish telling them about Comic-Gories.
Oh, yeah, Comic-Gories.
Yeah, so Comic-Gories...
My head is just going fast.
It's okay. Do you need a moment?
Nope, let's go.
Okay. So Comic-Gories is a game show where they have categories, hence the name of the show. And you have to pick a comic book from your collection. Like the cover fits that category. And you have 2 sets of people, and it's 1-on-1. So you have 2 people competing against each other, and you have another 2 people competing against each other in 2 rounds. So If you make it through the first round, you go to the mega big show, like, after that. And that's how that is. The winner gets to win and everything like that. It's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. Unfortunately, I did a major organization of our comic books,
which needed to be happened anyway.
It needed to happen anyway, and it's by no means perfect, guys, but
it's a lot better.
It's a lot better than what it was. Everything has got a place for the most part, and it's but they're all sitting in our dining room / my studio on tables.
We're gonna fix that tomorrow, though.
We're going to fix that tomorrow as soon as I pick out the comics that I'm going to be using for another show that I'm going to be on.
The 10-1-1.
With Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy channel.
Monday.
Tuesday, I
lied.
Tuesday. He wants it to happen on Monday, though, apparently.
Just don't listen to me.
Don't. Well, I mean, they can still listen to you, but I'll just correct you if you're wrong, dear. You know. But Tuesday, the 10-1-1, Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy. Nice guy. Can't wait to be on his show. And that's on Tuesday, live, 7 p.m. Central Time. YouTube. That's the place. Anyways, that's on top of anything else that I happen to crank out here. Or, Joe and I crank out together. Either way. You did get to see Joe a little bit in my haul video, sneaking into the frame with the Batman mask on. So that was fun.
That's my mask. That's what I'm going to be wearing from now on.
Yeah.
I'll never take it off.
Everywhere. Joe has now decided he is going to be Batman, guys. He's going to be Batman. So anyways, let's get into what we're going to talk about, because that's why we're here.
We got a couple weeks to make up for. Okay, so the long and short of it, Cobra Kai season 5. Watch it. Totally good. Loved it.
Totally great.
We
exciting.
Binged it in a day.
We binged it. I think I've mentioned this on the channel before that Joe and I were up at 5 a.m. binging that shit until it was done.
Yes, and it was worth it.
And that's on the day it came out.
Yes.
It was worth it. Though, I am also going to say that now I'm sitting here waiting for more Cobra Kai.
Yeah, now, we did this with the last season, too. We totally binged it.
We did it, and we kept on saying, just like this time, we're going to stop here after this episode. And then, no, Netflix did Netflix thing, and it just kept going.
It kept going.
And
totally
we didn't
dope.
Stop it.
It was such a dope show. I love it.
So great. So great. Chosen was like the VIP of that.
Yes.
This is the same guy that if you watch Karate Kid Part 2,
you hate him.
You hate him. Okay, so it's kind of like the whole idea of how they bring in Johnny Lawrence in the beginning of the series, and he was the antagonist of that first Karate Kid. And he's an adult now, and it's telling his story now. And yes, Daniel's involved. If you haven't watched it, yes, Daniel's involved. Yes, other people from the series are involved. However, we have the antagonist.
Anyway, it was all
from Karate Kid number 2 was in this season as a major character. Well, I'm just saying as a major character in this season. So that was, to me, the VIP.
Totally.
Yeah.
Watch it. Check it out.
So anyways, that's the long and short of it for Cobra Kai season 5.
We're doing short reviews today.
Let's do it, because we got plenty of things to talk about. Guys.
The Dragon Show.
Let's talk about the Dragon Show.
2 weeks of the Dragon Show.
2 weeks of Dragon Show.
Awesome. Still liking it. Except for that last episode before this newest episode was kind of like a little dull. I'm going to just say that. But you know what?
No, you know what? It wasn't only dull, but it was also kind of cringy.
Yeah. But you want to know what? This week made up for it.
This week definitely made up for the cringe.
Yeah.
There was still some cringe.
That guy beat that guy's face right off.
There was still some cringe, like that moment. But it was also kind of cool.
That wasn't cringy. That was dope.
Okay, but you want to know what was kind of cringy is we continued that whole, weird love affair, incestuous love affair between Rhaenyra and Daemon Targaryen.
Yeah, that is cringy. I think they're going to get married, though.
But you know who is absolutely killing it? Speaking of Daemon Targaryen. Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Damn, guys. Damn. I have never wanted the person that's supposed to be, like, kind of the questionable guy to succeed so much.
He's not a good guy.
He's not a good guy.
It's Game of Thrones. Nobody's really a good guy.
Yeah. Very few people actually remain. It's like if you're playing D&D and people are actually, like, playing based off of alignments, whereas if you start out and you're like a chaotic neutral person, but you're doing, a lot of evil shit, you end up being, evil, right? Like if people are actually playing alignments and caring about that, your alignments can change. However, this guy
murdered his wife.
Like, damn, yo. And then he sits there.
The wife that he said wasn't even pretty, and like, I don't know, that actress is pretty.
You thought she was pretty. I think most of the time, I think what happened is she didn't take Daemon's bullshit.
Yeah.
And therefore she was not attractive to him. I think for Daemon, either he wants people to totally take his bullshit, or he wants a powerful woman.
He's privileged.
He wants a powerful woman, more powerful than him, to tell him what for. Which is probably the attraction, besides the fact that she's supposed to be queen, probably the attraction for his niece.
Anyway, short. We're supposed to keep it short. I liked it. It was good shit.
It was good shit. Awesome special effects type stuff with that.
Yeah, especially the dude's face.
Yeah, it's exactly where I was going with that one. We also have the king is not doing so well. And then we have that entrance. The green dress.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
What does that...
She was all like, she might as well have just been putting her middle finger up the whole fucking time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, girl. Yeah. Alicent Hightower, the queen, Alicent, is finding out some stuff about her friend. Yeah. And is
even
not
thrilled. None of her business.
It's, the thing is that in our society, in our way of thinking, it's none of your business, right? But it was her father that got, fired because of Rhaenyra's lie. That's the way she sees it. That's the way she sees it. Now, should Otto Hightower have been sticking his nose where it does not belong?
No.
Absolutely not. She finds out about all that stuff. About Rhaenyra, who she slept with, who she didn't sleep with. She knows all that jazz, okay? And she knows that Rhaenyra lied to not only her, but basically everyone else. And...
because it was none of their business.
Because it was none of their business. And she shows up in that red dress to the wedding feast. And...
the green dress.
Or excuse me, the green dress. The red dress is what she should have done.
Yes.
According to them. She should have been showing up in her husband's house colors.
She showed up in Hightower green.
They were like, what color are the banners of the Hightower? And I was like, I said it before they did. I get credit for that, right? I was like, that's their banner color. Remember that?
No, but I'll take your word for it.
Oh. I was sitting there and she shows up and she's wearing green.
I was paying attention to the show.
Whatever. Anyways, I was like, yeah, you know what? That's their colors. That's the Hightower colors. And she showed up and she's like, fuck you, fuck you.
She should have just had her fingers in the air the whole time. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody dies because somebody gets the crap beat out of them by Kristen Cole, Sir Kristen. You got to watch the entire show to get.
Just watch the show.
Just watch it. If you're not watching it,
why are you even listening?
Why are you listening? Listen to us, but I think you should watch the show.
Start from the first episode.
You want to get that build up to this moment. This is the last episode with the younger actresses. We're going to be aging them. And from the previews next week, Viserys looks very bad. Looks very sick.
Yeah, his hair's going.
Yeah. Anywho, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Quantum Leap.
Yeah, how about that?
The reboot/sequel, Quantum Leap, which they really weren't talking about whether it was a reboot specifically or a sequel, because I think they wanted us to experience it.
Yeah.
If you are like Joe and I, and you know all that, and you're in your 40s.
You grew up in the 80s and 90s.
You grew up in the 80s and 90s. You probably, maybe, might, if you're a geek back then too, loved watching Quantum Leap with Scott Bakula,
Sam,
Dean Stockwell.
Sam, he never made it home.
Yeah. So, that is probably, like, especially if you're around the same age as us, 40 to 45, you are quite possibly still traumatized by that last frame where you find out that Dr. Samuel Beckett never came home.
Never came home.
Never came home. And
never gonna.
And always wished that something different could have happened. So Samuel Beckett never made it home. We get to find out that, NBC decided they were going to reboot Quantum Leap with new stories, and it premiered on Monday. If you are not able to watch it live, like we were not able to watch it live, you can watch it on Peacock.
Peacock pays us $50 every time we say Peacock.
Peacock does not pay us every time we say Peacock, because then I'd definitely be saying Peacock.
Man, I thought they paid us.
Peacock. That's a fun word to say. Say it, Peacock.
I already said it. I'm done. I'm beyond it now.
Peacock. Okay. So.
What does your cock do? Pee. Oh. Saying dirty words.
We're saying dirty words.
They said dirty words on Andor.
Did they?
Yeah.
I'm still not watching it.
Man, I'm just saying that dirty words are not part of Star Wars canon.
Are they actual dirty words?
Shite.
He said shite.
Shite, yeah.
Oh. Because, I was wondering, because it could have been like Battlestar Galactica, where instead of saying fuck, it's frack.
I love that. Oh, man, I need to do a rewatch it. Now that we got Peacock. Hey. Now we got Peacock, I can rewatch that, because that show was dope.
And where would you watch it?
On Peacock.
Yes, Peacock.
Anyway, back to
Quantum Leap. We took that small detour to Battlestar Galactica. So, also, Battlestar Galactica and Star Wars are connected.
I mean, in a mild way, sure.
Okay.
It's not like they're connected by universe or anything.
No, they're definitely not. It's just Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking that. I was just thinking more like how they ripped off Star Wars, like in the 70s, because they literally did that.
Oh, I was talking about Starbuck.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, they are connected that way.
Starbuck and Bo-Katan.
Yeah, all right. Well, who cares about that? We're not talking about that. I'm done. You know what? We're done with fucking Bo-Katan. I don't want to talk about her. It's only Andor right now, which is a totally awesome show. They already
Would you like to talk about Andor for a minute?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, alrighty. So if you're watching Andor and you want to talk to Joe about Andor, you can follow him at Fet Bizarro on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because apparently he doesn't want to talk about it.
The more I keep thinking about Andor, the more I kind of like it, because they're doing some different stuff. And you know what? That's about time they're doing some different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
It's definitely an adult show.
Definitely not a kid's thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can have your kids watch it, but I mean, it's more adulty.
It depends on whether you want your kid.
It's kind of like a spy thriller.
Is it kind of? Well, I could see that with Caspian Andor.
Yeah.
But Quantum Leap. Okay, so we watched Quantum Leap.
And we got this new guy, Ben.
We got Ben Song. Is it Ben Song?
I think that might have been his last name. I forget now. I don't know.
I forget, but we know his name is Ben, which they're keeping with the shortened version of the longer name.
Sam, Ben.
Yeah, 3 letters. Okay, so Ben is engaged to be married, and he is at his engagement party with his girlfriend, now fiance, who also works in the same place that he does. Now, what do they do for a living? Well, folks,
they are quantum leaping people.
Well, they are working on the project.
Scientists.
They're scientists and engineers, and they are working on that project where after Sam never returned home, the project was abandoned. And you find out that they just got the okay to reopen it, and they've been working on it. And you find out while he's at this engagement party, he gets some texts and stuff, and there's a woman who is, they have it silhouetted, right? So there's this woman there, and you hear her, and she's like, oh my god, it worked. So she starts contacting Ben, and Ben's like, oh shit, man, and he doesn't tell anyone what he's doing.
But I know what he's doing.
Except you know what he's doing.
I think I know what his whole mission is.
I think I know too, and we're going to get to that in a second, because I have to take my victory lap on recording, Okay, so he gets these messages, he excuses himself from the party, and the next thing you see is Ben is putting on that jumpsuit that you guys, that's what Sam wore.
Yep.
When he stepped into the Quantum Leap accelerator and vanished. And that's exactly what happens to Ben. Except, unfortunately, Ben doesn't remember who he is.
No, he's got the Swiss cheese thing that they talked about.
Yeah. So, the person that gets to be Ben's Al...
His fiance?
Is his fiance. And one of the first things that happens is she finds out he does not remember her.
Nothing. He doesn't remember nothing.
No. And apparently, he didn't tell nobody what he was doing.
Nope, he just went there and freaking leaped.
He just did it. Now, everyone's trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Why did he do this? Because he don't remember. And you also find out during the show that when they were originally ready, when they were thinking that they were going to be ready, the person that was going to step into the accelerator was supposed to be her.
Yes.
So you have a lot more interaction with the people on the ground. The people that are in the experimental area.
The future.
Yeah, the future. Our time. You have, Mason Park Alexander, I think is their name. They were in Sandman. They are one of the computer engineers.
We didn't watch Sandman.
They played Desire.
Okay.
Okay. We've only watched the first episode of Sandman. We are behind.
I don't care.
Anyways. So they
Everybody's
played...
saying it's so good. I'm just going to take their word for it.
They are... they are fantastic. Playing this role. It is awesome. And I wish I was 100% sure about their name. I follow them on Twitter, so that's why it sucks that I don't remember. So throughout this whole process of them trying to figure out where he is and trying to be like, okay, we're going to get him back, Ziggy shuts down. Now, if you are a fan of the original show, Ziggy is the name of the computer that was always running the...
it tells him where he's going to jump next. And
well, it tells him what they think he has to do based on running scenarios, AI scenarios, what he needs to do to jump, to leap again. And Ziggy keeps on messing up, keeps on shutting down, and is not handling this new script and coding that was thrown in right before Ben leaped. So who's this woman? Well, they have cameras that got kind of scrambled, but they were able to pick out like little pieces of things.
A ring.
A ring. A military.
A Vietnam ring.
Vietnam ring. A naval Vietnam ring.
And that one guy.
And Al.
I mean,
if you recall.
Al had one, and so did Ernie Hudson's character.
Well, Ernie Hudson, who is fantastic in everything he does.
Is awesome.
He is epic in everything. Ernie Hudson, I was so excited. I did not realize Ernie Hudson was going to be in this. And when I saw Ernie Hudson, I was like, hello, it's Ernie Hudson. I love him. But Ernie Hudson has one, and that's why he was able to be like, that's a military ring. So then their security person was like, did more research. Well, she found out that it's a Vietnam era naval, and the one person that they can think of that has any kind of connection whatsoever to the Quantum Leap project in any state or form was Al.
Who died last year.
Al, who died a year prior. And who was trying to get involved in the Quantum Leap project after her father died?
Al's daughter.
Al's daughter. And here, folks, is where they see video of Ben running around in the experimental area with Al's daughter. And he has a top secret mission that nobody else knows about. And that is, we don't know for sure, but let's take a wild guess, guys.
He's going to try to bring Sam home.
His mission is to bring Sam home, duh. And now here is where I would like to take this victory lap. So, like all of you out there that remember Quantum Leap and were traumatized by that last frame of Dr. Samuel Beckett never came home, like some of you all, I had dreams. And I was like, this has to happen. We have to have someone try to get Sam home if they ever, because we've been talking about this, you know, in the media and everything like that.
She's pretty much exactly right.
I'm almost exactly right. I was almost exactly right.
Like one detail.
One little detail on how they should do it.
And pretty impressive.
And this was months ago, probably even like a year or two ago.
Yes.
That I did this. Because we first started hearing rumblings a number of years ago, they might reboot Quantum Leap, and then nothing happened. And then we heard more rumblings. And it was around that time that I was like, okay, guys, we keep on hearing about this. Maybe people are actually trying to do it. This is how I would do it, guys. This is how I would do it. And I did like this little treatment, okay, where I figured out how they could figure out a way to bring Dr. Samuel Beckett home. Because I needed that. I needed it as a person. Some people have gotten over that Sam Beckett didn't come home. He sacrificed himself so that Al could be with his wife again. Everybody knows Sam Beckett never returned home. Well,
he's not going to return home either.
Don't rain on my parade yet, dear. Please don't rain on my parade. Because
anyway,
I came up with the idea that basically it was going to involve Al's daughter.
Jumping and trying to find Sam.
Yeah. Al's daughter was going to reestablish that quantum leap program, and she was going to be the one to jump because she was going to want to find Sam. That specifically was going to be her purpose on the DL. So obviously the one little characteristic that I seem to have gotten wrong was that it is not actually Sam's daughter leaping, but she is involved.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait till next week to see how she is involved. I hope they get to it.
I hope they really do, and they don't pussyfoot around it. But I was NBC Universal. I would like a check. Would you like to know my account information? I can give it to you. Just get in contact with me. If you have any openings in your writers' room, please. It's officially unofficial geek at gmail.com.
Jeez, you took that joke far.
Yes, I did.
You took that joke. Anyway, it was an awesome show. Watch it. We don't tell you about the stupid shows that we watch. Because I don't really watch too much TV, though, so now that I think about it.
We got one show to talk about.
One more?
Yes, sir.
Which one now? Because I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
What about the return of Gwen Stefani to The Voice?
It's not really a return to me because I only started watching The Voice last year, so, she hasn't returned to me. It's just like...
No, you watched a couple seasons ago. You watched a couple years ago.
Yeah, but none with her.
Yes, you have.
Really?
Yes, you
how
have.
Do I not remember?
You watched a Gwen Stefani season, then you watched the Ariana Grande one. That's how we found out about Ariana Grande, because we didn't really know much about her.
I knew about her because I watched Sam the Cat.
Well, I'm talking about music-wise.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Those creepy shows.
Yeah. So, you watched a Gwen Stefani, then you watched Ariana Grande, and now Gwen Stefani is back.
Yay, as long as it's not Adam Stupid Levine.
Yeah, nobody really likes Adam Levine. If you like Adam Levine, we're sorry, but nobody really likes Adam Levine. He seems kind of douchey.
He is a douche.
Okay, but anyways, yes, we do
watch...
Yeah,
you want to know what? I officially say, fuck you, Adam Levine. I hope you listen to this, and I hope your feelings are hurt, and I hope you cry. Okay, that's it.
Here, sweetheart, Adam Levine is never...
I know.
Ever gonna listen.
You don't know that.
To officially unofficial geek, because he's going to see that there's a fat girl. And he's going to be like, I'm not interested in that.
Well, anyway, I told him.
You did. You told him.
I told him.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, guys, we do watch The Voice.
We watched half initially.
We watched the first 3 singers so far. We plan on watching more. But we have the new judge. It's Kamala?
I'm not sure.
See, this is another person I don't know much about. I'm going to have to search her out. Kind of like how we had to with Ariana Grande. It's not my kind of music, not my cup of tea usually.
No, not my kind of music either. But you know what? For some reason, I don't mind the show.
No. Hey, oh my God. Speaking of pop singers, guys, keep a lookout. Mariah Carey is releasing a grunge album.
From 1995.
From 1995. Okay, so the story is this. We're going to get through this really quickly so we can end the show. Mariah Carey
put out a grunge album in 1995. I did it for you.
Okay.
Just go for it.
Search it on YouTube. You'll find shit about it.
Google it.
Google that shit. Mariah Carey sang backup on an album.
She sang backup?
She's saying there's 2 different versions of the album. She's saying backup on the one that ended up getting released. Mm-hmm. Okay. So she's saying with this band called Chick.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. And she's saying backup on that's the version that ended up getting released. So yes, it is out there in existence. You can find it. The background vocals are done by Mariah Carey. Now, however, there was when this news first came out, like about a year ago, there was talk about.
I'm really behind because I just heard about it like this week.
Well, it's because it started to heat back up again. Okay. In a major way. When the news originally came out a year ago about, Mariah Carey did this because she wrote about it in her book. She said there is 2 versions, the one that got released and the other one that has me on lead vocals.
Ooh, I want to hear that.
And that's the thing. And that's why she was like, if I'm ever able to get my hands on a copy of that, I'm going to release it.
Yeah.
So apparently that happened a year ago, right? So now, from what the rumor mill is saying online and everything like that, is that, and I think she even mentioned this in an interview recently, she's got her hands on it.
Nice.
She wants to release it. Now, all this happened back in 1995. She was curious about the art, about that that genre of music. But obviously we all know who Mariah Carey is. It's not her wheelhouse. But she was very interested in it and wanted that outlet to kind of do something different. And that's where all this comes from. But yeah, there's stuff on Google about it if you want to know more information, you want to check it out. Some of that stuff is up there.
Google.
Yeah, Google it, YouTube videos, that kind of thing. But that's very exciting news for me because that's one of my favorite time periods of music, and one of my favorite genres is like that Riot Girl, grunge, punkish type stuff. So, I mean, for Christ's sakes, I had the words Riot Girl tattooed on me. So anyways, I'm just curious. I'm like, I'm going to totally listen to that shit when it comes out. Because, you know what? She is a master of her craft.
I want to give it a gander.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, Joe is tired. He wants to go watch Andor again. And we're going to close this shit up. So, coming up, I'm going to try to get that video out this weekend about my comic book reading. I did not do it this week because I was busy getting ready for Comic Gories. If you have not watched Comic Gories, watch it. It's on John's Comics with Kids channel.
She'll put a link.
I'll put a link. You know what? Shit, I'll put a link. If you're around on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, go to Gary B, the casual comic guy, and I will be doing the 10-1-1 show, and I'll put a link to that as well. So you guys can catch up and watch me when you can. Anyways, that's it for now. We'll be seeing ya. Have a great day. Geek. Have fun. Geek out when you can. And we'll be seeing you.
Read a bunch of comics, man.
Read a bunch of fucking comics. Tim Drake comes out next week.
I'm excited for that. Not excited for the art, but I'm excited because Tim Drake is my dude.
He loves Tim Drake.
Yes.
And that fucking Batman vs. Robin was really fucking good.
Batman vs. Robin was dope.
If you have not read that yet,
OMG, bro.
OMG is not even covering it.
Okay, well, we don't have time to talk about it.
But anyways, I'll talk about that more on Sunday or sometime this weekend, guys. I'll be seeing you. Joe will be seeing you. Bye.
I'll be back next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Bye.